restructure with pride worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Listen up, wrestling fans. Showing love for your favorites doesn't stop at a t-shirt. If you're heading to a live event, you better be ready for the hard cam. Step up your show day drip with Hard Cam Creations, custom handmade accessories built for the loudest, proudest fans in the building. Whether you're backing a legend or leading your own faction, these pieces make sure you stand out when that camera swings your way. From spectator to certified superfan, it's time to walk to the ring in style. New drops coming soon. Find Hardcam Creations on Etsy and follow at Hardcam Creations on Instagram today.
She's Days and all those who slay. Welcome back as we break down the shockwaves of the New Day's sudden exit and the massive TKO Black Friday roster purge, straight from bell to bell. Welcome to Kicking Out 2. I'm Michael, and with me is the locker room leader, the absolute queen of the ringside commentary, and the world's most dangerous co-host, Tori. Hey, Tori.
Hey, sorry, I got sidetracked by something.
That's all right. Hey, we already got Christy in the chat. We already got Lady Alpha in the chat. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, Jillian's there too. Hey, Jillian. Hey, Jillian, you actually got to see your thing.
Huh?
Well, Jillian normally joins us a little after the start. She's here already, so she actually got to see, like, we start with her every day, every time. Bobby's in the chat too. Welcome in. Obviously, so we'll just go ahead and get straight into it. So we're going to go ahead and double back on the story that we talked about on Saturday. Was it Saturday that we did that? I've slept since then. Sunday? All right. We're going to talk about the...
It was Sunday. It was Sunday.
It was Sunday? Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about the purge that happened. We have to lead off with the news that sent shockwaves through the locker room and the business. On Saturday, May 2nd, the unthinkable happened. The New Day is gone from the WWE. 12 years and 11 tag team reigns, Kofi and Xavier Woods have been granted their release. Now, we did find out more information about it over the last few days, which is why we wanted to talk about it again. They wanted to restructure their deals to TKO deals. And apparently this is something that's going rampant through the entire roster right now, specifically in the, let's say, the more tenured of the people that have the higher contracts. They're being asked up to half of their current contracts to be part of the TKO contract instead of the WWE contract. Obviously, we've already heard some that said
seven-figure deal, and you think they're just going to take the pay cut for half?
Yeah. Well, and let's be clear. They still walked away leaving millions on the table. So they were confident enough to say we are worth more than what you're trying to give us, and walked away. Good for them. Obviously, it's not just New Day that this happened to. We've heard other situations too, but the big shock was the fact that Kofi and Woods were let go. There was you were mentioning a interview with Mark Henry that happened, and Mark Henry basically saying, like, y'all are dumb.
Mark Henry and Coach have a show. I think they have a show, or...
Yeah, they have a show. I think it's Coach's show, but I think
it's Coach's, but Henry's on there.
He's on there a lot.
That's 100% what it is. And Mark Henry's like, if I was them, I would have done everything I could to keep this shit from becoming public, because now we all just know you're bad negotiators.
Yeah. Which is
Noam Dar is back.
Holy crap! How is he still there? That
part.
Let's be clear. But the other ones that have been hit with this, obviously, Aleister Black was let go. Santos Escobar was let go. Kairi Sane was let go. There's actually some information going on right now, though, that they are talking about bringing her back in. I don't
As a one-off.
as a one-off. I think it's more not that we want Kairi stuff that's been going around, but more of we've been waiting for this stupid story to finish.
I hope she says no.
I don't entirely disagree. Well, fine, Christy. I won't say hi to you again. We popped over on TikTok, said we didn't have to say hi to her there. I do joke, welcome back, Noam Dar. He is one of my favorites because he says Alicia fucks.
I hate you.
JC Mateo was also let go, and Tongaloa was let go as well. Booker T weighed in on the situation. I don't know if you saw the news on this. He said on his podcast, all these years, do you remember an Aleister Black match? Damn. Just threw that out there.
Not since NXT, but I mean, I remember some of his AEW stuff, but not in WWE, not since NXT.
To Booker, basically, if you aren't moving the needle, then you just aren't a line on the item, a line item on the budget sheet. So that's
and
interesting.
I get what he's saying. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm. I do want to say, aside from his match with Stone Cold and his match for Shampoo, do you remember a Booker T match? Just saying.
I have memory. Again, before he was in WWE, I remember the character.
Yeah.
But matches? Not really.
Yeah. This round of cuts, obviously, it's all about pay cuts. They're trying to tighten up those purse strings. Nothing's been solidly said as far as why they're trying to cut it so much. The rumor and innuendo, though, is that it's because of them buying WWE and buying UFC, that they're at a major loss right now, and so they're trying to recoup that money. Unfortunately, you're doing it.
They keep going on and on. We had these highest gate ever. Like, so which is it?
Yeah.
Are you making all of this money?
And there's a lot of things that you look at. You look at the highest gates. You have the records that are being done. You have all of the advertisements that are around the ring now. All of the sponsored matches that we have now. You're telling me that all of that there, and we're still in the red. We're still not trending up. I'll be totally honest. I've got stock in TKO, and it's gone up and up and up and up. So if the stock's going up, why is that not trickling down to your employees? But
Big Mike, the answer to that is actually no. The last match was Sting and Flair.
Yep. He was part of the last show, though.
He was part of the show, but he wasn't part of the last match.
For the U.S. title at that point, I think, which was a step down for him at that point.
Yeah.
It's the question kind of has to ask on this is, at what point are we taking the soul out of the WWE? Because you end up with situations like this. Like let's talk about Woods and Kofi and Mark Henry's not the only one that said it. Bobby Lashley actually was asked about it as well, and he flat out said, like, these are people that you retire in this company. That's what you do with them. You keep them until they're done, and then you keep them locked in for more stuff. You keep them there because they've given so damn much to the business, so much to your company. Why are we just letting them go? And that's exactly right. Some of these people, like you and I have had conversation about Tongaloa. I'm not a big Tongaloa fan. I don't see what the big hype is about him. He seems slow. He's always missing spots. I don't get it. However, you look at someone like the New Day. Why are we getting rid of these people? They've been here for so long, been a
20 years for Kofi.
pivotal part of your company. Multi-time champions. There's no reason to let them go. I understand if maybe you wanted to renegotiate the years on their contract, like think very similar to like Bret Hart when WWE was on hard times, when WCW started getting really popular, and Vince came to Bret and said, "Hey, look, I can't give you," I think it was a 5-year deal at that point. And he was like, "Can we cut it down to 3?" Okay, maybe we do that instead. Don't say we're going to take half your money. but say, hey, maybe instead of, a 12-year deal or whatever it was, hey, maybe we do 8. Can we do that? And then that way, like, you still get your money and then I hang out here.
Stampede,
Okay.
you're not wrong. I was about to say the same thing. Like, what's left?
Yeah. The last that I have on this is we have been told that there are more names that have been obviously asked about this. We don't know who was taken and who's not. There's not a written list of who is taking this deal and who's not taking this deal. But obviously, I think over the next couple of months, we will start hearing things because the big thing about this is the people that are getting this offer. And Tori, I need to make sure you understand this. 2 days. They're giving them 48 hours to decide. Holy hell. The amount of like, this is ridiculous is hitting new levels to me.
I really am. I feel like daily that they can't get any worse. And here we are.
And then things happen. Let's get off some bad topics though and talk about something a little fun. Talk about Backlash. Sorry, I gotta say it like Triple H. I love that promo, by the way. Do you remember that promo? When it was like Edge and Kane and Schnitzky and John Cena, and they're all just saying the word Backlash, and they're all saying it fairly normal. And then you get to Triple H, and he's like, "Backlash." What the hell are you doing? It was recently updated by Danhausen. You should look that up.
No, I won't be doing that.
Danhausen just entered himself in. Didn't even try to get the same background or nothing. Just like it's a random wall behind him, and he's like, Backlash. Love that Danhausen. Anyway, so Cena says he has a history-making announcement at Backlash. The current thought is it might have something to do with their WWE club. He actually just had a promo about that on Raw, though, so I'm not sure that that's what that's going to be, but I'm sure it's not going to be something monumental.
The Raw one has been kind of a generic, here's kind of what it's going to be. I think what we're going to get from him is the specifics.
Maybe. It may just go more into depth of what it actually is. But yeah, it's going to be some sort of epic announcement.
As a member of the Heels, we're filing a copyright violation.
But I mean, obviously, this is a massive addition to the May 9th card. They weren't getting a lot of sales, and well, I mean, it is for those people that love John Cena. Like it's gonna sell a few more tickets because Cena's gonna be there. So it's the pull ripcord again, like they did at WrestleMania. Of like, hey, Cena's gonna be there.
Pretty sure I can say honestly, I've never bought a ticket because John Cena was going to be there.
No. You remember a John Cena match? No, no.
I hate to say it, I can remember a lot of those.
Yeah. But he's promising it's going to be a change to the WWE experience. That's why a lot of people are thinking it has something to do with that club. We'll have to see what it is, obviously, but you know, I'm curious of how many more times we're going to pull this ripcord of, hey, John Cena's going to be there.
For what they're paying him, as many times as they can. I bet they didn't ask him to take half.
That's valid. Sorry, I was reading our TikTok chat over there.
Zoe Stark is going to do amazing. I cannot wait to see where Zoe Stark goes.
Absolutely. Christy over there on TikTok says, I'm going to share the show with Danhausen from now on. He's totally going to join us one day. Do it. All right. The boardroom, Triple H and Nick Khan's new reality. All of this talk about we're letting people go and doing half pay. Guess who just signed a multi-year contract to continue to be the head of creative? Triple H just signed a multi-year deal. to stay being the head of creative. This comes after a staff town hall where Nick Khan addressed the vocal minority online, in his opinion. Khan made it very clear WWE is driven by ratings, revenue, and relevancy. He dismissed criticisms of WrestleMania, their heavy ad presence during that, and signaled the celebrity involvement like Jelly Roll and Lil Yachty is only going to increase. So,
At what point is this no longer the WWE, and what point does it just become Paramount TV? Like,
yeah.
are we gonna have a Lone Star 911 show now? What are we doing?
I saw a thing on Twitter today that I think wraps it up perfectly. It was a joke. No, sorry, it was on Reddit. I apologize. It was on Reddit. It was a joke that someone put out there. They took the top of the WWE logo off and said now it's TKO has changed it to WE, which is just World Entertainment. There will no longer be a wrestling ring or matches. It'll just be entrances and advertisements.
That sounds about right.
That tracks.
Yeah,
That
it really
might
does.
be what we see. I mean,
Now I need
obviously,
I need that graphic because I'll start using it.
obviously, like Nick Khan is making it clear that corporate interests are coming first. It's at a point where I don't think Triple H can even keep the product feeling organic anymore because, like, he has creative control until they say we don't want this.
Yeah,
And then they decide that themselves.
but just what are we doing? Like, we talked about it Sunday. I said 5 to 7 years they wouldn't be number one. I'm giving it 2. I'm changing my prediction to 2
Yeah, it's getting there.
because yeah, no, 100%. You're not wrong, Stampede. It's Rowan and Martin's laughing at this point.
Well, and here's the thing I'll say about that, though. WWE's
It's
always
ready to
kind of been
rumble.
that. WWE has kind of always been that. But the thing is now it can't be sensical because we start storylines and then we get rid of people that are in the storyline. We start a program and then we change that program. Or we start a program that has nothing to do with the person that we're starting a program with. We just had the Vision beat down Joe Hendry because he's doing a thing with Logan Paul just to get the Street Profits and them to have a match. What was the point of including Joe Hendry? Why did we do that to start a different storyline and then do it 2 weeks in a row? Makes no damn sense. It's all becoming nonsensical.
Again, I'm back to this horrible taste of fire Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Especially with what's going on. Like, it's such poor taste.
Yeah. Different time would have been funny. But you're doing this right after letting a massive amount of talent go. Seems kind of poor taste.
They don't care.
Yeah, I saw
They
the
don't
stat.
care. That's where we're at.
Yeah. I saw the stat. He did the same stat on the run-in. So, 5 shows since Mania covering Raw, SmackDown. Not one show has had more than 27% wrestling content.
I'm sorry. Are you accusing the mayor of Canada of reusing stats? Because I feel like that's scandalous.
Well, he's got the best stats. Canada Times is saying it. Vancouver View is saying it.
Is Solruka on your list for today?
Solruka is not on my list today. Do you want to talk
we
about
got
Solruka?
about it? Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Before we go to the next story, go ahead.
I'm pumped for what she's going to do on the main roster, but I feel bad for her because her first attempt at a Soul Snatcher, she slipped.
Mm-hmm. But WWE production, they fix that shit. All the replays, cut that stutter step out.
Oh, I'm sure that they did. This is my biggest complaint about the Soul Snatcher was this right here.
Mhm.
What happened was exactly my biggest complaint. There's a dinosaur behind me. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Chance has a cone on his head because he was chewing on his tail.
Poor Chancey. Chancey Pants. Looking so sad.
That's amazing.
No, I
Oh, bro.
agree. I I was a little disappointed in what they wrote for her to say because we just did the low hanging fruit of "you're a bitch." Okay,
Yeah.
of course
I
she is.
mean,
I do like the fact that she cold cocked Adam though.
that was funny.
Cold cock and Pierce is the best thing I think I've seen on the internet today. Um, little bit of an update. Speaking of people getting cold cocked, the physical toll of WrestleMania 42 is still being felt. Stephanie Vaquer is officially on the shelf for the foreseeable future with no clear timetable to return through internal Rumble. Though internal Rumble, suggests at least a 6-week absence. So she's going to be out for a bit. I feel bad for her.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just leave it at
Me
that. I
too,
feel bad
Paul.
for her.
I do too. I feel bad for her, but if it gets us the Roxanne turn, I'm here for it.
Yeah, which is a little fun. Who's Luchasaurus' long lost little brother? Hold on, what did I miss there? I feel like I missed something.
Oh, Dino Raw.
Oh, Dinosaur.
Dino Raw.
Anyway, so she's going to be out. Could possibly return by SummerSlam, but we shall see. Meanwhile, we also have an update on AJ Lee. Sources say that her current creative run is done for now. While her IC title run was a highlight, there is currently nothing on the horizon for her. She even posted on Twitter, kind of putting her chucks back up. So it does seem to be that she is done for now. Obviously, she's in amazing shape. She could pop in and do a one-off again at some point, and we would probably all still eat it up because we love it. Some amazing news that happened, though. Kota Ibushi. A look at a man who refuses to stay down. Kota Ibushi just gave an update on his broken femur. He posted a video of himself doing a standing moonsault, despite admitting that his femur is still not attached. Man is insane. He was told he'd be out for 2 years, but he's already back in the ring training just months after a loose screw forced a second surgery. That man is dedicated. He refuses to stay down. Absolutely,
no, he's not
Stampede.
human.
Kota is not human. I'm pretty sure he drinks the lifeblood of all of his partners, and that's what makes him go. I don't know. All right. Well, before we get to the next thing, we are going to go ahead and learn about the Gimmick Table Media.
Don't go anywhere. Ace Finley again, reminding you to check out Gimmick Table Media, a community of creators, streamers, podcasters, and fans from all corners of entertainment. Dive into chats, collabs, and laughs. There's always a spot for you at the table. Catch all our amazing shows, creators, and exclusive content at linktr.ee/gimmicktablemedia.
Threw me off there. Got Tori dropping bombs behind the scenes here. I'm getting all discombobulated. Speaking of discombobulated, though.
Here, check your Facebook messages.
What?
I said, Jillian, if you're still here, check your Facebook messages.
Okay. Speaking of discombobulated, you know what I'm going to ask you?
Who's better than
All right. So we're going to do a very special one this week. It is Military Member Awareness Month. So we're going to talk a little bit about the military. Lace up your boots and stand at attention, because this week we are stepping outside the squared circle to honor the men and women who fought battles for different places than in the ring. We're going to go ahead and shine a spotlight on 10 incredible individuals who not only carved out legendary wrestling careers, but also served our country in the armed forces. So now, let the initial face-offs begin, and we're going to decide who gets the victory when we find out who battle. All right, first one. He was an airborne ranger for 4 years, Perry Saturn, against a United States Marine Corps combat veteran of the Gulf War, Road Dogg Jesse James.
This is my personal opinion, right?
Personal opinion.
It's the man that is a better sports entertainer than Bret Hart.
Damn
That
straight.
was just for you.
I appreciate that. He liked my tweet when I said that too. I lost it. He is one of 2 people that I would lose my shit if I got to meet someday. All right. So Road Dogg Jesse James versus a United States Navy boxer and military champion while stationed over in California, Conan.
Conan was in the U.S. military.
He was in the United States Navy.
He's a seaman. That makes sense. Road Dogg.
Okay. Road Dogg versus a United States Army Reserve, served in the late 1960s, Jerry the King Lawler.
Next.
Okay.
I'm taking Road Dogg. My love for Jerry Lawler has diminished quite drastically over the years.
Okay. Road Dogg Jesse James versus a United States Marine Corps, though his rank and veteran status became part of his gimmick, not in actuality, Sergeant Slaughter.
Still Road Dogg. I was never I was a Slaughter fan, and then they did the horrible heel turn, and then I was just kind of done, and then I just couldn't do it anymore from there.
You know, someone on Twitter had recommended that someone else should have turned at that time, and I think I would have rather have seen that. Imagine if Hacksaw Jim Duggan would have turned.
Would have been better.
That would have been so
It would
amazing.
have shattered my soul because I loved Hacksaw because I met him in Tulsa when I was a kid, and he was the nicest guy ever. So yes,
Amazing.
that would have broke me, but it would have been so much better.
All right, Road Dogg Jesse James versus United States Marine Corps, though he did have a little trouble with his tenure and ultimately receiving a bad conduct discharge, Randy Orton. Randy Orton versus United States Marine Corps, served for 4 years in the early 2010s, Montez Ford.
Yes.
Okay. Montez Ford versus United States Navy SEAL. Let me tell you something, Monsoon. Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Okay. Montez versus United States Navy, enlisted and served before his wrestling career even began, the Patriot Del Wilkes.
Yes. I like the Patriot. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed him.
Yeah. All right.
But
So that is her pick. Tez is who better? Go ahead and put in our chat, put down in the comments who you think is better.
so shout out to our friend Gina. Today is her birthday. It is also Revenge of the 5th and Cinco de Mayo. So it's a triple hit for Gina. Love
Right.
Gina.
Happy birthday, Regina. All right. We are going to now bring some stuff to the table. You and I both watched the same show. Thank goodness, because I didn't have a lot of time to put some slides together today. We both looked at Progress Chapter 194, Super Strong Style 16, Night 1. Say that 5 times fast. Before we go through the matches that happened and our individual thoughts on the matches, what did you think of the night overall?
Their production quality is ass.
Well,
Like the
yeah.
sound cutting out and a GI bro. Wasn't that Booker T
That was Booker T.
as part of the what part? What
Misfits
were
in
they?
Action.
That's right, the MIA.
Yeah, Major Guns. Because why can't we not have a boob reference?
Eileen Buck is her real name.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Erection.
Anyway,
General Erection.
it was so good. It was terrible, but it was amazing.
I found
But
out
I
that
remember GI Bro.
backstage The idea was that they were going to combat the DX phenomenon. They were going to be as big as DX. That did not happen for anybody that doesn't know.
Only
They were
thing
great
bigger
though.
than-
I loved them. It was
Only
funny.
thing bigger than anything DX was Major Guns.
Well, even then, China after the surgery, I don't know.
No. She
One
was
A,
still not.
one double D. You're welcome. I agree with you that I thought it was me at first because I had a pair of Bluetooth
No,
headphones
it
on.
was-
You sometimes you have Bluetooth on and you turn a little bit and it cuts in and out a little bit. No, every time they
No,
played
it
music, every time.
And
Oh.
their sound going in and out, like the production was terrible. The matches were fun.
Yeah.
But the production was terrible. It was just terrible.
Yep. We started the night
This-
with the Super Strong Style 16 Men's Tournament 2026 quarterfinal match. Jay Joshua versus Simon Miller, the Y man himself. I love Simon Miller. He actually retweeted me today, and I appreciate that, my bald brethren. He had a match with Leo Rush, and he was trying to, connect with him because they're both bald. Seemed like a good idea.
This Leo Rush gimmick is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, we'll talk about him because he's later in the card here.
Yeah.
Jay Josh was pretty good. It seems like they're kind of giving him like the I don't know, like maybe the Bronson Reed treatment. He just kind of went in there and roughshod over Simon.
Yeah.
Like Simon got some stuff in, but it was Jay Joshua's coming out. Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
He does have a presence about him. I do love Simon Miller though. I think he is entertaining. He's great in the ring. He's also great on YouTube. For those that don't know, he's starting to try to do interviews, which that's what I was commenting on. He did an interview with Big Show, Paul White, and said he's trying to get better at doing it. So good for him.
Very cool. Yeah, definitely.
Second match of the night. Why are you not going?
It's fine. Just keep going.
Hold on. Oh, that's why, because I'm not on the right thing. That could be why. There we go. Second match of the night. Rio, defeated Stephanie Mays. I messaged you watching this match.
Is that
Asking-
I wondered if that was what prompted the message.
Yeah, just asking one question. That's why is Rio not a bigger thing? Like, she is
So
amazing.
This was the first match of hers that I'm not gonna say I haven't seen the match. This is the first one I remember seeing.
Mhm.
She's impressive as hell. Like,
Yeah.
props to the girl she was wrestling. That girl had great showing.
Absolutely.
They made each other look really, really good. But no, couple years. I give it another probably year before she really gets the superstar treatment.
Yeah, it gets pulled up somewhere.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
Stampede, who is it that was teaming with Nyla that won the titles? Because I've never heard of her, but she's amazing. I think it was Nightshade, I think is her name. Go ahead.
That's okay. I didn't get to see that match. I did see her gear though, and that gear of Nyla's was fire. She added some color to it now, and I like it. Then we had Super Strong Style 16 Men's Tournament 2026 quarterfinal match. Charles Crowley against Elijah Blum. I think it was Blum.
It was an interesting match.
It was an interesting match. I didn't know either one of these guys.
And
But it was good. I liked Crowley's presence. The whole idea of him seemed really cool.
Bobby, we haven't gotten to that match yet, but thanks for winning the fun. No, I'm just kidding. I knew that they were pressing each other.
Yeah, for sure. Charles Crowley went over in that match. Super Strong Style 16 Women's Tournament. Shotzi Blackheart was against L.A. Taylor. And this is one that I think I posted in our Gimmick Table Media group, if I remember right. Either that or Point Taken group, one of the two. I'm in too many other groups.
I don't know. I have it muted, so I don't ever see those.
Asking where all these Amazon women are coming from.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that
all
was
these women that are coming out are so tall. So LA Taylor came out. She actually even came out with her partner, which I believe was Holly Barlow.
No, Barlow
No.
was somebody else.
Okay. Oh no, that was Sky Smithson was her partner because they faced Giselle, which we'll get to that in a minute.
I was thinking the same thing about Piper Niven when I saw Nightshade. I was like, is that Piper? Okay, cool. That's what I wondered. I was just trying to figure out who she was.
A little bit, yeah. Shotzi Blackheart went over on that, but LA Taylor had a great showing. I think she is going to be destined to be picked up somewhere. Just give her a few more years to kind of, settle a little bit, simmer a little bit on what she's doing. But she's got a great look. She's good in the ring. Thank you. You actually inspired us to do it, to be honest. So
speaking of meeting the new wrestling peoples, GCW is coming to town, and I really want to go to that because I know there's a lot of interaction with the performers.
Yep. That would definitely be one I'm going to expect mics to be brought. And maybe someone else who's talking about going, maybe they can hold the camera for you while you're doing it. One of our great friends of the show really wants to go.
Does she?
Yeah.
I mentioned what she's getting herself into with that?
I told her. I was like, this isn't. And then I showed a picture of Cardona after the match with I showed her a picture of that, and I was like, this is what you're getting into if you go. She was down for it. She's ready.
I've heard that, and they're coming to town. It's a Sunday night at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so my old ass can still get to bed at a decent time. Bet.
Yeah. It'll be a blast, I'm sure. So yeah, then we had another men's tournament match, Spike Trivet versus Peter Tihanye. I hope I'm saying that right. Again, it was two guys that I didn't know. I wasn't as impressed with this match, but I mean they were good in the ring. I didn't feel a presence really from either of them.
And I don't say this as a knock or anything because obviously they're not on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
This was very much an independent match.
Yeah. It's what I expected when I heard it, when I got into it. I got a lot more than I expected out of the other matches. Then a women's tournament, Giselle Shaw, which we all know and love, was against Sky Smithson, which is the partner of LA Taylor. Giselle went over, and
this is actually the first Giselle match I've seen.
Really?
That knee is solid.
That knee is solid.
That knee is basically a V trigger, and it is solid.
Going through.
Speaking of the knee,
there it is, right there. Yeah, no, that knee that's legit. It's a good match. I like them both. Sky kind of reminds me a little bit of Shayna Baszler, a bit.
She's getting there.
So I think she's going to be good. She just needs to lay into maybe a little more of her character.
These two apparently were the first Progress women's match during the pandemic because it was them and the cameraman.
Oh shit!
The announcers were talking about that, so they ran it back 5-6 years later, and they're like, I'm kind of curious about seeing the first time. But yeah, this was my first actual match of seeing Giselle one-on-one with somebody.
Yeah. I saw her off and on in TNA back when she was there. She's really good though. I'm sure she's doing what she's doing because of where her, I think, husband at this point.
D'Amore?
Yeah.
I don't know if they got married. I know they were together. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's.
But I assume that's why, like, I'm sure she's gotten offered from one of the big two. She's too good to me not to have at least gotten a feeler email from them. But hanging out MLW, helping him out, I'm sure that's kind of where her mind is at this point. Super Strong Style 16 men's tournament quarterfinal match. Charlie Sterling, to me, a surprise upset against Leo Rush.
The TV show Pennyworth that was on Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
Giselle was in an episode.
Shit. I'll have to go back and watch that then, because I didn't watch that show. I was not interested in that in the least.
It was on Epics.
Yeah. So
her relationship with him isn't even listed on Wikipedia anymore. Huh.
I don't know. This is where we can talk a little bit about the Leo Rush character. Leo Rush has completely changed who he was from the cocky, kind of dancey, kind of reminds me a little bit of Rich Swann from time to time character.
Yeah.
He also had like the super moth type character that he tried to do for a while. This is a complete departure from any of that. He is hearing voices, talking to himself, acting really crazy.
It's
very interesting.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Talks a lot about him, and he's listening, and he's here, and he wants this, and so I'm intrigued to see where that goes a little bit more. I know he's been doing it a lot on the indies, and he's just now really bringing it to like main stages.
He's doing it in AEW.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see more of that. He definitely stands out a lot more now. I love this new character. He did get beat by Charlie Sterling, which very interesting character. I don't see it translating if he ever gets up to one of the major companies, but he's basically a magician. He started off the match by yelling to the crowd, "Who wants to see some magic?" Pulled out a hat and then punched Leo Rush. It was interesting. Leo Rush, halfway through the match, put on his coat and then did a frog splash. After this, though, he got stacked up. Sterling put his foot on the ropes to do the pin and got the 3 count. So it was a really cool way for him to get the win over a bigger star. So it was nice to kind of see that as well. Good to see larger stars giving to the indies and letting them have big moments and big wins. Then we had another match for the women's tournament. Kanji went against Holly Barlow.
I was impressed as hell with Holly Barlow.
I certainly was as well.
Kanji's a bad bitch.
This I want to say it's like a version of the Muda Lock. I was massively impressed by. Any of those bridging moves to me are just they look so pretty and they look devastating. So I like that move from her. But yeah, I was really impressed by this match. I kind of felt a little bit that maybe this should have been the last match. Not that the next match wasn't good and it had a surprise twist in it. So like obviously I know why we held off on it. Because the next match was the World Championship no DQ match between Cara Noir and Man Like Derice. This was a hard-ass match. And I'm intrigued by Noir. The character is very interesting. It's very Maestro meets Gorgeous George meets I don't know, like King George from Hamilton, I guess. I don't like trying to see like where that mixes in, but it's very cool. He has a very pageant type of entrance. And man, like Darius, like he's coming out and he's rapping with a song. Like he's a lot of fun there. It was a really hard hitting match though. They did a lot. Some of the moves that they did, there was a chair shot that Dries had done to him, where it was like a spinning DDT, but he spun perfectly to hit him into the chair. It was a really good match. Digging it in a little bit more. Good job, Stampede. Appreciate it.
Great.
But it was really good. I'm interested now because this was night 1. Night 2 had not shown up on Triller yet. At least as of the. Is it on right now? Okay. So I will sit down and watch that.
I started to watch it, but just ran out of time.
Yeah. I'd love to see that one. Not sure I understand the reference, Jillian.
Man like Reese, it's his thing.
Oh, is it his thing? Okay.
Yeah.
It was cutting out so much I could barely hear what he was saying or doing.
He did it. He did it during the collective a couple times.
Okay.
That's the only reason I know that.
Okay. Well then, yeah, shout it out. Good job.
They renamed Evil Naraku.
What?
Evil on NXT. His new name is Naraku. Naraku.
I don't know. As of this morning, they had him listed on the website under his real name.
No, they posted it an hour ago.
They posted it an hour ago. Okay.
I mean,
I try not to think too much about
this stuff.
Yeah.
But
I try not to dig too much into the names because obviously sometimes the names aren't their choice. Sometimes it's the talent's choice coming in that they're going to change their name. Honestly, I would rather do that. Like if I'm thinking about it, like I'm in New Japan, I'm making great strides with my name that I picked and I'm running with. I don't want to license that to WWE. So yeah, I'll change my name. But that's just me.
Ruckus that does the music for AEW.
Sorry, say that again.
You good?
Yeah.
Ruckus that does music. Mikey Ruckus does the music for AEW. Tweeted, normalize old heads telling other old heads to shut the fuck up and let them kids cook.
Yeah.
That's solid.
That is solid. But yeah, I mean it was great. And I can't wait to watch night 2. See that, and we'll talk about that next week. And definitely Stampede, you know how it works. Throw anything in here that you think we should watch as well. Between now and then, we'll try to watch that. I know you already posted some things in, I think was the Point Taken chat of things that are coming up or already have happened. So I try to get into some of those. But yeah.
I'm sorry. Matt Jackson, Michael Jackson. Never mind. I thought that said Matt Jackson. I was like, what?
No, Matt Jackson's asking people what that dog do.
I fucking can't with his stupid ass catchphrase. I can't. No, this dude really has on a Thriller mask and is dressed like Michael Jackson and doing like moonwalks and crap. Like this is
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about the wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his whole gimmick. He's
Stop.
wrestling Michael Jackson.
Santana Jackson is his name.
Yeah.
He worked for MJ Live in Vegas at the Tropicana. Okay.
Yeah.
His finisher is a moonwalk DDT.
Yes.
I'm done.
It looks kind of cool. I'll give him that. Stampede says that we'd like an Eve show. I think so. I've heard great things about Eve.
Yes.
I had to put that in the rotation somewhere too. we love this idea of bringing some credence to the independents. Like I said, Stampede, you kind of you gave me the idea because you've been doing the gimmick over there on the run-in of giving your like 3 best matches of the week, and normally there's some indie shows in there. So I like the idea of like, all right, well maybe we should just talk about some indie shows, bring some of that to the crowd. Obviously, with the GCW thing coming in, if one or both of us get to go to that, that will be something we talk about because GCW is amazing. I'll be totally honest with everybody here. I probably will not be going because I'm a full-time dad. And if this was like Big Gay Brunch or like one of their fun shows, then I could see taking my kid to it. If it's going to be a bloodbath, I can't see me taking my kid to it. So
I'm gonna do my best to go. It's obviously a ways out, and we leave for vacation like 5 days after that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. It should be fun though. And if you get to go, it'll be a blast. And yeah, definitely.
And if I get to go and Chrissy wants to go, then we will try and make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jillian, the indies are so good right now. Hold on, Eve does burlesque shows during the intermissions?
Eve, or is it the one that Michael Jackson was on?
He was just talking about the Eve show, so I assume he's talking about Eve shows.
Right,
that's cool. I'm down for that. Love a good burlesque show. All right. Well, before we round this out, is there anything else you wanted to bring up or talk about? We have about 8 minutes still left to kill in an hour.
It's
Eve does
really.
That makes me want to go to a Eve show.
YouTube. I know they're on YouTube and have their own channel, I think, that you can like subscribe to, but so they're not on Triller, are they?
I haven't seen one on Triller. We could probably get one on the super secret Mayor of Canada site.
So
I can't use at work because they block it.
That's rude. It's just rude on their part.
That's right. Over here just trying to watch wrestling while I work.
Just trying to not work and watch wrestling. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Evil's new name means hell in Japanese.
Okay.
All right, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about people getting kidnapped over on AEW? Because that's kind of fun.
Who got kidnapped this time?
Will Ospreay.
Can we talk about John Moxley fucking with Pac? Because there's not a chance. And
great.
the look, Pac was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
first of all, he's like, "Don't touch my 12 abs." I mean, that's.
I want to know who put Moxley up to it.
Nobody.
No, there's no chance. No, there's no chance he just did that on his own. I guarantee.
Hearing Renee talk about him, he totally did that on his own. He just, and I'll guarantee it wasn't even talked about. It was he looked at Pac and went, "Eh." Shit's great.
I'm watching this segment that's supposed to be all super serious, and then he does that, and I'm like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
That's right. He booped him in the tum-tum. To me, what made it even funnier though is when he booped him in the tum-tum, and then like he like did this little jump thing to turn back to Ospreay. He's like, "Ah, all right. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be serious now. You got to drop all this stuff, man."
Cackling. Okay, did you see the Ospreay in New Japan? Have you seen what's going on there?
I did.
Are we gonna get him and Callum Newman? Because if we do, that's gonna be amazing.
I think so, because the whole premise of it is they're asking him to like kill this guy essentially, and he's like, "I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it." And he starts to walk out, and they tease him by going, Hey, Billy Death Rider. And so then he gives him the hidden blade and murders a man on national pay-per-view.
He did too.
Yeah.
He killed that. I don't remember. I don't even know who it was. But
Yeah.
if they do this right with Ospreay, this could be so good.
It could be. And Stampede Post there, like what he's gonna unleash thanks to Moxley, like that's going to be scary. And I think that's good. I love Ospreay. I love the positivity. I love him come out there and doing all the bruv stuff. But if you can give me a flip version of that, where he's just an assassin, I think that's a good dichotomy to that character. And you need to have those levels sometimes to get even bigger. If you think about it, like think about Randy Orton when he first started and how good he already was. And he was this cocky, no care in the world type of guy. And then he becomes a legend killer. Completely different guy. But now he's got both of those in the chamber. He can talk like that cocky motherfucker, or he can be the killer, whichever he needs to do. So that'd be good to see Ospreay do that kind of thing too. You right over there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm replying to something, which is part of the conversation we have to have.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we drained this out about as much as we can. We appreciate everybody being here. If you're watching with us tonight, make sure to hit that like, that subscribe, follow us everywhere you're watching. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live. Make sure to share us out to all your friends. Also, make sure to join the Gimmick Table Media Discord. That way you can watch the second screen appearance when we're on Thursdays. Look for programming notes on our Twitter about Thursday, because I have some questions to ask my partner here, which may change what we're doing Thursday. We shall see. But we can't leave that without the last pop. So get that off the screen here. This is where we do get a little bit serious. We've been in the show debating who better among some of the toughest individuals who ever lace up the pair of boots, men and women like Montez Ford, Jesse Ventura, who understood the true meaning of sacrifice long before they ever stepped in a ring. But as we look at the current state of the business, it's hard not to notice a different, more corporate kind of sacrifice. We're watching a TKO era that seems to value the bottom line over the very lifers who built that house. The news of New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods parting ways with WWE because they refuse to take a pay cut after 12 years of service is a bitter pill to swallow. And the unmitigated gall to go back to Woods and ask him to come back in a shared capacity similar to what Tyler Breeze is doing. So tonight, the pop is this. In the military, you're taught that the unit is only as strong as the person standing next to you. In wrestling, we're seeing a shift where the unit is being traded for restructure. As fans, we have hoped that WWE becomes a leaner machine, but does not lose the discipline and the loyalty that these legends have brought to the industry in the first place. Sacrifice should mean something more than just a line on a budget sheet. And with that, we are officially kicking out. In the meantime, and in between time, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2. We stand together with pride. We're